Good evening, Pio Nation. I hope you're doing well this evening. My name is Matt Williamson.
And I am Corey McFan.
Well, you're partially there. You're kind of a little transparent.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But you are watching Marietta College Esports. So, how about some Overwatch, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. It's been 1 week since Overwatch 2 has come out, and we already have some matches coming your way. Our Overwatch 2 team is participating in the NACE Starleague competition. If that name sounds familiar, yes, we participate in NACE in quite a few things. But we are getting things set up in the lobby against Northern Kentucky University in this best of 5 series. So while we're waiting to get everything set up, let's take a look at our Overwatch 2 team. We have quite a few people on the roster, but we'll just go over who will be starting tonight. And I'm just going to be going in alphabetical order here. So we have freshman Seth Collins, HGZ. We have freshman Jeffrey Dolby, Portal Runner. We will have freshman Chris Ramirez, Olivia. We will have freshman Eric Schnegg, Juggernaut. And we also have sophomore Jasmine Smith, Extra Explorer. And then, of course, we have our head coach, Derek Games. But yes, so we are getting things set up for the lobby. I'm going to be checking things on Discord in case there are any issues or anything that we're not aware of. But hopefully we'll be able to get into the games very, very soon because we have quite a bit going on here because we're actually looking at a bonus match after this. So in our schedule, we were looking at our Rainbow Six match playing against Toronto Metropolitan University, and there were some things going on with the scheduling, but we believe that we'll actually have that tonight, not on Sunday. So shortly after the Overwatch match, we will hope to get the Rainbow Six match to you. So we'll see how that pans out. So while we're still waiting for the lobby to go over a couple of quick announcements and, well, just a few announcements. So first of all, give a shout out to HyperX for their support with our program, providing keyboards, mice, headset, and mouse pads, and microphones for our facility. Our students absolutely love them. If you want to get your own HyperX gear, please be sure to go to hyperx.gg/MariettaES. The QR code is up on your screen. Also give a shout out to Over the Moon Pizza, and double check one thing. All right. Yeah, we're just making sure that I'm in the lobby so we can actually watch it. They're asking, can we start the map? Well, we need to see it first.
Yeah, we can't broadcast if we can't see it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to stream if we can't see it. But while we're waiting for that, shout out to Over the Moon Pizza on Front Street in Marietta for their support. On Tuesdays, they're going to be doing game nights. I believe the next one will be next Tuesday at, I can't remember what time, but on October 18th. So definitely check that out. Okay, now how do I do spectator for this? Because I'm in the lobby now, everyone, but...
I believe the host has to move you to spectator.
Okay. Alright, yeah, because I'm clicking on spectators and it won't let me do that. Okay, I'm going to let them know.
You sent that to the team.
Yeah, and the team needs to know that. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure. Well, I don't know who has me down as the team. Okay, I'll put it in a match. Okay, so making sure I move the spectator. But yeah, next Tuesday, Over the Moon Pizza, game night. Check it out. There we go. And then also we're in the middle of a fundraiser. And Corey, do you want to talk about this real quick while I make sure they get me added here before they start? Okay. Oh, they're right. They got me. Okay, I'm good. All right. We're getting this all taken care of, everyone. They got me in spectator so I can watch it. But yeah, so we're in the middle of a fundraising campaign with the virtual stadium sell, which ends this Saturday. So you only have just a few days left to give your support to the Pioneer Esports program. So you can go to givecampus.com/QHZGZI. The QR code is up on your screen. You can make a gift of any amount you would like. No gift is too big or too small. And the idea is that we're trying to help with growing our program. One of the big things we're doing is trying to see if we can raise funds for some more computers we just got a couple more for our facility, and because of your support, and we have started the game. So I need to get in here. I don't even know who's what side. Mary's on blue side.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Best of 5. Marietta versus Northern Kentucky. We are on Busan first. Okay, and I think the controls here are very similar to... Okay, I'm going to adjust the volume a little bit. The game seems a little loud. So we're going to adjust that just a little bit. Let's do this. Okay, maybe lower this just a little bit. All right, how's that? That sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's much better, I think. But, all right. So, Corey, you're the Overwatch 2 expert here. So, let's talk about some of the changes in between Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2.
Okay, first of all, the biggest change, it is now 5v5 instead of a 6v6 game. So, they took out one of the tanks. So, it is... the game's a lot smoother and a lot less crowded than it used to be.
Alright.
A couple new characters as well, such as like Sojourn, which is being played by both teams here. And a few reworks, like such as Orisa has been changed.
Yeah, we're seeing HGC on the Orisa. Marietta already taking control of the point. But the control will unlock in just a few seconds. So will Marietta capture first? Slipping on the Tracer does try to move in, but does have to back away. And it is now contested by Northern Kentucky. But K does get one frag. But Marietta will secure the point first. And it looks like K for the Pioneers is playing one of the new heroes. So talk a little bit about this new hero.
Okay, so Sojourn is actually a lot like Soldier. She does have a slide, so she has a lot of mobility. However, how she works is her primary fire, it charges up her secondary fire, which is a railgun, which does pierce through enemies and can one-shot them if it's charged up enough. So it can lead to... She does have a lot of one-shot combos. Very deadly character and very useful in a lot of situations.
Okay, I have not had a chance to try her out. I've tried out the new support, but she is now not available in competitive play, so we will not see her.
Yeah, Kiriko is not available to anyone in this game at all.
Alright, so Marietta has at 50% of the point. Northern Kentucky's looking to maybe flank from behind with the Sombra. But the beat does come out by the Pioneers, and Cade's going to get a frag. So that's going to push Northern Kentucky back. My controls are going all over the place. I don't know what's happening now.
Well,
okay, there we go. Now it's
not really a whole lot is happening right now. It's just both teams are just kind of trying to push each other back with their abilities and positioning.
Well, overall, Marietta's doing a good job of zoning out Northern Kentucky and keeping them away from the point. And K has already got a 2K, but he will go down. But that 89%, can Marietta hold just a little bit longer and take this first round?
A lot of ultimates were used there at the end.
Yeah, looks like Northern Kentucky popped everything. It is an overtime, but they will secure the point. Marietta saved a lot of all their ults but one, except for the Lucio ult from earlier. So we may see 3 ults being used by the Pioneers, but it looks like they will group back up.
And those ultimates that Marietta has in store, Orisa's ult, can pull them all towards her. Like, how it works is she does like a little spin move with her new spear, and it pulls all of the enemy teams towards her, bunching them all up together, and could lead to some very good combos, such as the Genji ult, grouping them all together, so giving Genji easy targets.
Well, let's see if they uses that here. This good stuff, takes a lot of damage, but Coalescence does come out for the Pioneers. And the blade does come out for Portal Runner, but does get taken down. Marietta's trying to reestablish control, and they do control the point, and they secure the point for this first round.
Yeah, it's the changes that Blizzard has made to Overwatch makes this game a lot more fast-paced. Ultimates are charged up a lot faster than they used to be, so it does give players the opportunity to carry. It gives them the opportunity to carry. Even if you're on support, you can carry your team.
Yeah, I know, I was talking to you the other day when I started playing a couple games myself, just in quick play on Baptiste, it felt like I was constantly having to do stuff. It just feels like that you're always having to do stuff in the game, no downtime at all. Which makes things very exciting.
Well, the exclusion of the second tank does make it to where the jobs for certain roles does matter a lot more.
Now we see everyone converging over the middle here. GC does fall asleep, but he's wide awake, but do see the ante coming out, and Cade's going to get the first pick. And Marietta is already looking to control the point. Lucy is over there by himself, pushing back Northern Kentucky. And Marietta will secure the point.
Marietta was just able to get that early pick, and it sort of forced them back. I don't know the name of the other team at the moment. It's Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky, yes.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. They got the initial pick, and it forced Northern Kentucky back because they got that kill, and being down that man, it hurts you more now that it's 5v5 if you're down a player.
Yeah, we're seeing already two from the Pioneers have fallen. And this is maybe Northern Kentucky's opportunity to get back into the game. The HEC is trying to keep some pressure up and does get the pick. And we do see that Northern Kentucky has claimed the point. Marietta got it to 39%. So now they're going to have to group up. It looks like they're going to go the back way. Cade's ultimate is ready to go if he chooses to use it. Does a huge hit over to their Ana. Gets the one headshot, but gets hacked and taken down in the process.
They did pop the Sojourn, making their railgun charge over time rather than through their primary fire. However, they got one pick, but it wasn't but they were eventually taken down, so it wasn't enough for Marietta to take the site.
Yeah, we're seeing this time Northern Kentucky has been able to regroup, and now they got the point to over 62%. So the Pioneers are going to have to regroup and see if they can launch an offensive. They do have one ult ready. Another one's about ready to go. Ready to come online for HGZ. There is that ultimate ready. So they're going to rotate over to the right side. But they don't have a whole lot of time, so they're going to have to make a play here if they want to be able to stay in this map. Or at least try to take the first map, I should say. Coalescence comes out for the Pioneers. And that's going to be enough to get one pick. And Marietta does secure the point. Sombra brings out the EMP. But no follow-up by Northern Kentucky. Blade's going to be coming out for Portal Runner. Darknar gets one down, but he does get one down with that Blade. And that's 3 down for Northern Kentucky. So Marietta will be able to hang on to the point. Cade's still looking to see if he could slow down Northern Kentucky's progress.
Several reworks have been made to certain characters. So, older characters like Sombra are, after their reworks, they are a little bit more scary to go against. Because now characters like Sombra specifically, she can hack while she's invisible now. and her EMP does damage to players. So it's just those minor changes that make characters a little bit more versatile.
We're seeing Marietta's chasing down the Sigma. HCC is taking quite a bit of damage, has to fall back. And Marietta's at 95%. They may be looking at trying to keep Northern Kentucky off the map. And it is an overtime. Ultimate comes out for Orisa. But a huge hit there by Kane. And now it's just a fight between HCC and the Sigma. And my audio just went out. I think we're just facing a little bit of spike. There we go. We're good.
Just the typical lag spikes.
Yeah, typical lag spike with the stream. I think I know what's causing it. That should take care of it. But with that, Marietta will take the first map.
Now, Marietta played that really well, and they took advantage of, like, a lot of the reworks. Like, characters like Orisa weren't viable before in Overwatch 1 until they were changed in Overwatch 2. Like, the changes make their kit a lot more suitable to Overwatch.
Yeah, so it was a build and but his double shield is, you heard it here, double shield is dead. But I'll tell you what is not dead is Marietta victory over North Kentucky in the map. Now the way it's going to set up is, I don't know what the is. Well, they're calling for King Pro, so it must
Is
oh, that's hybrid. That's hybrid. Yeah. Right. I should have Overwatch. It's been a while since I've done a lot with Overwatch.
A lot of changes for
starting on that blue side. So here we go, folks. What I will say, I'm going to give kudos to Blizzard's art team. Because, like, a lot of these maps that you're familiar with are now, like, different times of the day. Because Kings Row used to be a night only. Now we see it's, like, morning here.
And this map looks so much more beautiful than it used to.
And that's the thing. It's just, it's the same maps, but because of just making that difference of the day and night, it feels like a completely different map. And I love that from Blizzard. I know Blizzard has, there's some criticism about Blizzard and the way things have handled with various things, but I have to give credit where credit is due. This art is absolutely beautiful.
And sound quality has improved quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
well.
I mean, check out the soundtrack to this.
The main menu sound alone, I was jamming to it the other day. Just sitting in the main menu for like a good 10 minutes, just jamming to the lobby music.
They're on Spotify, right?
Should be.
They should be. If they're not, they need to be on Spotify. But all right, Marietta will be defending first. The only change we're seeing is Expert is bringing out the Ana instead of the Lucio.
And it looks like Northern Kentucky has changed their entire composition, bringing out a Widow even, and a Rhine, who did get a rework. His charge is a lot more mobile. He can adjust it a lot more, and he has 2 fire strikes now.
Oh, I love me some Reinhardt. I mean, who doesn't want to go in a big hammer and just swing it away? And now Marietta is just trying to set up the defense. Northern Kentucky will rotate around the statue. Trying to use the dynamite to get some damage out for Northern Kentucky. And they're going to start pushing onto the map. So far, everyone's holding except for Juggernaut on the Mora does go down, and that's going to be Northern Kentucky's opportunity to jump onto the control point. And Marietta's going to have to start falling back. And the Reinhardt is going to be able to get the dash in and looks like safely secure the payload.
Now, Kentucky Northern did show a very good, had a very good show of teamwork right there. Just taking that space. And, like, now that there's only one tank, it's so much easier to do that because there's not that big of not as big of a roadblock as there used to be.
Now, we do see Portal Runner bringing out the Reaper instead of the swap from the Genji. So we'll see how that's going to play a role. He's trying to do a lot of damage. Cade's ult is ready to go. The Portal Runner is going to get one down. Looking for another is going to kind of clear away. The hammer comes down for Reinhardt, but not a lot of follow-up.
It looked like the Ryan ultimate got canceled altogether there by the Orisa, stunning them and canceling the ultimate. But Bob does come out, but immediately melted by Sojourn.
Yeah, great job.
Along with the Marietta's Coalescence, which has already ended.
And Marietta is going to be able to stop Northern Kentucky.
A lot of ultimates were used there, however, Marietta still does have two of their ultimates, including Orisa's ultimate and Reaper's. That could lead to a very good play with Orisa pulling them all in and then Reaper just popping out Death Blossom to kill them all. And it looks like Kentucky Northern only has access to a combo of their own with Baptiste ultimate and Soldier ultimate, so it'll be interesting to see. Does look like the Bat Ball does come out, but not seeing the Soldier anywhere. But it does look like Kentucky Northern is taking out Marietta one by one. Sojourn does come out for Marietta, and it looks like Kentucky Northern is going to win this team fight.
But yeah, so there it looks like Marietta is going to be conceding the second checkpoint.
A little try for Reaper to get onto site there, but with no prevail. So he does have to back up to live.
Yeah, Marietta's going to have to hold for another 4 minutes. So we'll see if they can put a strong defense. HGC does have ultimate ready, and Bob's going to be coming back out. But they do take out the ball. But here comes the shatter from Reinhardt with an immediate fire strike. And that's going to be several killed by Northern Kentucky. But we do see Northern Kentucky is just pushing along.
It does look like the visor from Soldier does come out. Marietta still has 3 of their ults, but they got to get on the site. Orisa ult is going to be popped here, along with the Coalescence. And it looks like Marietta is going to be able to fight back here.
Well, the Soldier's in behind, and they haven't addressed that Soldier. Never mind, they got him. So they will push back.
Very clutch play by Marietta there, and they do still have 2 ultimates, giving them the ultimate advantage with Reaper ult and Sojourn ult that just came up.
Now we are going to see that Baptiste ult is going to be almost ready for Northern Kentucky. And Cade is going to be taken out. Unfortunately, not getting a lot of use from his ult. And there is the Baptiste ult. So Mary just needs to fall back a little bit. Never mind. Portal Runner's just going to run in and go, you know what? I'll take down 2.
That is a very good trade right there. Any day. A 2-to-1 trade, giving my team the advantage and the opportunity to take out the rest of the team.
And we're seeing Cade brings out the Genji and was able to take down 2 himself. So just try to eat up as much of the clock as possible. That is the name of the game right now. I mean, ideally they just let the clock expire and not let Northern Kentucky advance. But if Marietta can at least eat up as much time as possible, then when they play, then they would be able to try to get even farther or get down with a quicker time. So that will give an advantage in the 3rd round.
Now, Kentucky Northern does have a little bit of an ultimate advantage over Marietta here, seeing as how they have 3 ults and Marietta only has 2, but it does look like Marietta is going to build up their Lucio ult.
And that's a huge shadow there by the Reinhardts, and just because while the Coalescence being used, that was just a major play there by Northern Kentucky's Reinhardt to disrupt all the ults that Marietta was going for. And that's going to give Northern Kentucky the push they need to try to take the payload right to the spot. Can Marietta hold? HEZ is going to try to be there to block. And ultimate comes out for HGZ. And the Immortality Field soaks up that damage. But Marietta is holding. And they're going to push back the Rhine. And he's going to have to charge away. So now Marietta has the advantage here. Less than 22 seconds remains in the round.
And it's looking like it's almost even in ultimates. Kentucky Northern is going to have 3 by the time this next fight comes around.
Right. But Shatter is going to be coming up again for the Reinhardt, so we'll see if that's going to play a role. Here comes the beat and the blade. Cade takes down 1. And Marietta is going to keep Northern Kentucky off the payload, and they... Well, secure the round. They defend... I'm used to Valorant now when they say securing rounds.
Yeah, well, the round is secure for them.
That's true. They did prevent the 3rd point.
They can still win.
Yeah, all they have to do is get the payload to basically the end here, and then they'll take map 2. It is a best of 5, just so everyone's aware, so first to 3 will take the series.
But that last round, Marietta had a lot of good clutch plays, and whenever they did take a fight, they didn't sit back on the payload. They went up and took space that Kentucky Northern needed to push forward. Taking that space, it's all about map control, and taking that space, it just kind of shuts down the other team's mobility and what they can do.
Exactly, because especially when you're on defense and your job is to eat out the clock, if you can take space, that's going to be longer for them to get to the payload, longer for them to push, so you want to try to delay as much as possible. So we'll see if Marietta can utilize that same idea and try to take space so they can keep pushing and play very aggressive. The more time they have on the clock, the more likely they can get to the end of the zone. Now, we have to talk about Marietta offense on Kings Row because historically that has been a challenge. But at the same time, this is pretty much a completely different Pioneer team from the last time that we've seen our Overwatch team.
The only player that we've seen in the past is Ezra Explorer. Other than that, everyone else is completely new. So I haven't seen a whole lot of their gameplay, so I don't know what maps they struggle with or whatever, so maybe Kings Row is their best map at this point.
They didn't pick it, but we'll see how they do. They're already working their way to the point. And damage is going left and right. And Marietta is starting to take the point. But things are happening left and right. More are coming in, trying to get the heals off. Portal Runner does go down, though. But Cade's going to take down 1. HGZ is trying to pop the defense and keep some damage up. We see Slippy was very low, but he does get taken down. And we're going to see HGZ trying to take out the Moira. And Ryan very low. Mora falls, and so does the Reinhardt. And Marietta will secure this first point.
That was a pretty long and enduring fight compared to all the other fights that have gone on. Like, most of the other fights, like, have been done and over pretty quickly. Marietta not only has shown here that they can take a quick fight and take a fight and win it quickly, but they can also endure over the other team.
Yeah, sometimes even in a game like this, you have to take it slow and look for the opportunities. But we see, we're just talking about that buying space. Marietta's already trying to get as much space as possible so the payload can run. Cade does get taken down, though, and that's going to force Marietta to retreat. And now we get a fight onto the payload. Marietta does not have any ultimates ready to go just yet. But there's the shatter from the Reinhardt. It's been a huge factor. Coalescence is going to be coming out for Juggernaut. And the Blade's going to be coming out for for Portal Runner. Sorry, I was about to say for Nano Blade, but it's not Nano Blade. There's no Ana. But we're seeing Portal Runner with a 3K, and Marietta gets the team kill.
And that was an example of Marietta just taking a fight quickly and ending it really fast, because a lot went on right there, and I'm not even 100% sure what all happened, just because so much was going on.
Northern Kentucky died. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's about what happened.
But yeah, just great play. Coalescence comes out for Northern Kentucky. Reinhardt's going to be coming in and charging. The beat's going to be coming out, and so will the window. And Bob and everyone's just basically pressing Q at this point. Cade's the first to fall. HEC is going to be looking for a play. Portal Runner is going to fall. HEC gets hacked, gets taken down, and it's going to look like that Northern Kentucky is going to hold the payload right at that spot. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remain.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates were popped there, including Sound Barrier for Marietta, and the Bob and Window for Kentucky Northern.
Yeah, I think we saw 3 ults being used by Northern Kentucky. Marietta only used, I think, just the beat, and that's it. So I think Marietta realized, okay, we lost this fight. Let's just save our stuff, and then we'll use some ults the next time. HGG did keep his ult, so he can use it next fight if he wants to. But we're going to see Reinhardt Shatter is going to be up again very soon, so that could be another huge play for Northern Kentucky. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. There's the Shatter. Does catch 2. HEC still up. Portal Runner is barely alive, but several of the Pioneers have fallen as a result. And Northern Kentucky is going to hold. And HEC is going to try to run back. But he is going to fall. So Mary's got to regroup so they don't stagger.
Yeah, Marietta is going to have to really come together and focus on one person. Just one person, one kill is all it takes for them to, like, snowball that fight. Especially with, like, some of the new passives that have been introduced. Like, if a DPS gets a kill, their reload speed is faster than, like, 2.5% faster. So, it's just a way, like, if they get a kill, DPS can then snowball those kills.
Alright, so we see Marietta starting to move in. HEC still has it on. They're actually going to rotate around and see if they can catch him from behind. But Juggernaut is going to get picked off. And right now, everyone seems to be all over the place, although Portal Runner is starting to run in. And has Blade ready if you're going to use it. And there comes the Blade. And we hear the Bob coming out.
And the Coalescence as well. Little bit of an ult dump there, but Kentucky Northern is going to be able to take this fight, giving Marietta 1 minute left before they lose the map.
Now, they do have 2 ults ready to go, but 2 more are almost ready, so Marietta will have the ult advantage in this fight, but this is going to be an important fight for the Pioneers, so I'm going to bet they're going to use at least 2 to 3 ults, because they're down to 40 seconds, and they got to get that payload to that checkpoint. So they have to win this fight. Portal Runner did swap over to the Reaper. And Sound Beat is coming out. And here comes the Coalescence. And there's the EMP that comes down along with the Shatter. And 2 for the Pioneers. 3 of the Pioneers have fallen.
Arisol does come out and gets one, but it's not enough to take down Kentucky Northern, and it looks like Marietta is going to lose this fight and this map.
Yeah, just well coordinated by Northern Kentucky, and just finding the right picks. That Rhine Shatter has been a huge factor this entire time.
And because of this, it does look like it's going to go to map 4 no matter what, so we will see push today.
Yep. Although play of the game will go to Porno Runner on that Genji. We'll take that as a consolation prize.
It was all just...
Now we get the it works.
It'll be...
Ready checks. The game.
Now I just gotta say, this map, especially, has become one of my favorite maps looks-wise, just because of how good it looks compared to what it used to look like.
Yeah, just look at this.
Route 66 at night just matches the aesthetic of Route 66 a lot more, in my opinion.
I mean, just look at that moon.
Beautiful.
That looks, I don't know, that looks almost as good, maybe even better than the real moon, just the way they set that up. Shout outs to the art team. You have to. But okay, Marietta's still going to be on blue side, so they will be defending first. So let's see how they do, because they did struggle by allowing Northern Kentucky to push. So it seemed like Northern Kentucky was getting their footing after the first map. Now can Marietta make adjustments with the struggles that they were having on Kings Row?
Looks like they're going to be going with the same comp as before, and Kentucky Northern's going to mix it up a little bit, bring out the Winston.
That's a very interesting choice, because I would think with as much success that they had with their Reinhardt, that they would want to keep the Reinhardt. So let's talk about Winston. Any major remakes from him?
There is only one... I haven't played Winston since Overwatch 2 came out, and there's only one change that I can recall. He does have a long-range attack now. So, apart from the typical tank changes with the more health and the CC reduction to them, he has a long-range attack along with his short-range Tesla cannon.
Alright, so we see Maria's having to get pushed back. They're getting a couple from very low. The Ana for Northern Kentucky is very low, but is going to get healed back up. But that Winston is jumping in the back lines, taking down Extra Explorer. But Kane and HGC are going to be able to follow up with 2 kills themselves. Looking for a third. Let's see if they can try to take down the Genji, and does get the Genji down. Or does try to teleport away. And Marietta is going to hold.
Very well played by Marietta in coordination with their abilities and coordination in who they're attacking. They had 2 people die at their backline, and those were the first 2 people dead.
Yeah, and Winston just jumped in, and Marietta collapsed on him and took him out.
Very unfortunate for Zektron right there. They dive in and immediately get denied. And it does look like Moira is going to go down for Kentucky Northern as well.
Yeah, Winston's going to be jumping in just to get again, but he's going to jump back up. Already about 2/3 health. He's going to have to get healed back up before re-engaging. But they do get the pick on the Cade. That might be Northern Kentucky's opportunity. And we do see the Nano coming out for Winston. His ultimate's almost ready, and they're already getting picks left and right. Did he say Nano Jump?
Nano Monkey is... I think you said Nano Jump, but it's...
I heard Nano, and it was like, did he really set it up where when he recognized his names? But anyway, kills are going left and right, and HEZ was trying to delay as much as possible. Minute 43 remains, but they were just trying to eat up the clock as much as possible, but see if they can get another fight. It looks like Northern Kentucky will have 2 ultimates ready, almost 3. Marietta has 4 ults.
Almost 5. So they have a lot of combos to work with there, like Nano Blade. Just Orisa's ult combos really well with any ult, really.
All right,
or anything.
We do see Marietta starting to come in. But Marietta's not contest. It's like they're now jumping in, but it's just HEZ. And does fall. Blade is going to be coming out for Portal Runner. And does get 2, and 2 do fall. And overall, that worked very well for the Pioneers, but I was questioning a little bit, HEZ going a little bit too soon before their team's ready, but it did work out at the end.
Well, because of the new tank changes, they have a lot more health, so even if they wait till the last minute, a tank is able to get on there and stay there for a long time, just because of how much health they now have.
We do see the Sombra looking to make a play. Does have EMP, so we can expect to maybe try on the back lines, trying to make a play. 24 seconds remain. If Marietta can hold this, that's going to put them in a very strong advantage when they're on offense.
Does look like the Nano is going to go out on the Genji, but EMP does also go out, and they're getting picks off of it.
He's just going to be pop his ultimate.
It doesn't look like anybody's going to get caught in it, and it looks like Kentucky Northern has brought this back and taken the point.
Yeah, but they did get all the way down to overtime, so 2 minutes and 25 seconds remain. So the question is, can Marietta kind of stop this momentum? So it comes back to just eating the clock and as much as possible. We do see Cade already trying to look for some early picks.
Now, Marietta does have the Sojourn ultimate to work with, but that's about it, all they have. The closest to that being Moira's Coalescence. And it looks like they do have an ult advantage.
You see, Winston is diving in. And he is taking a nap right now, so this is Marietta's opportunity to try to get some damage out. And 2-3 have already fallen. So Marietta will slow down Northern Kentucky's offense.
Does kind of look like Kentucky Northern slowing down a little bit to regroup and so they can push together as a team. Like, you can carry a lot more in this game, but team play is still very important. However, Marietta is going to be able to catch out the Ashe on Kentucky Northern, completely stalling their push.
I see Portal Runner is looking for that pick. Not going to see anyone come by there, though. And Northern Kentucky's taking their time. I mean, this is eating a lot of the clock away. I'm surprised they're not jumping in. Maybe they're waiting for ultimates to be ready. Sombra is going to be coming in. And so will the Winston. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Cade's very low on health. Portal Runner is going to take down 1, though. Take down 2. He's going to be teleporting up, trying to go after Winston, but he does fall asleep. But Cade's going to get 1 pick. Going to be charging in after the Winston. And does get him down. And Death Blossom is ready for Portal Runner if they try to jump onto the payload. Overtime comes out. And here comes Death Blossom. And with the 3K, still taking a nap on the job, though.
It looks like it's just Reinhardt for Kentucky Northern, and it looks like Marietta is going to be able to hold this.
If they can take down the Ryan, it's taken a while, and that's going to buy some time. Or just take him down as they start heading over to the payload. But they're still contesting. It's not over yet. Bob's going to be coming out.
And it actually looks like Kentucky Northern is going to bring this back and be able to take this fight.
Yeah, it's still overtime, so they're going to have to go a very long ways. But Marietta's going to have to find the picks. And gets detonated by the Ash. Yeah, and we are seeing Northern Kentucky is pushing the payload. It's still in overtime. Marietta's struggling to get the play that they need. Portal Runner is going to have to fall back.
Nano does come out for Marietta on the Orisa, but it doesn't look like they're going to get any value out of it.
And there's the Shatter coming out, swapping back to the Reinhardt. Extra Explorer goes down.
And there goes Marietta's Orisa, and it looks like Kentucky Northern has brought this back and is going to be able to take this point.
Yeah, it's not over until it's over.
That right there is an example of like how well that tanks play into this new version of Overwatch.
Yeah, it was just the Reinhardt, but he survived long enough for the rest of the team to rally back. And now we're back to a minute 10. Now, not a whole lot of time for Northern Kentucky, but we saw they could go through an entire third of the map on overtime and still take and close it out. So Marietta's going to have to make the plays. They got to find the picks. Cade is going to take down one. Takes down the Ash. His ultimate is ready. HGC's trying to move and take down the right shield. Gets the Lucio down. Reaper's trying to chase down the rest. Gets on a very low, takes him down. Death Blossom is ready. Takes down the Rhine. And that might be exactly what Marietta needs. They do have 3 ultimates. It's actually 3 ultimates versus 3. HGC's ult is almost online.
There are a couple still available. But at this moment, it's all about like who plays is more coordinated with their ultimates and who can actually get more value out of them.
Coalescence just comes out. There comes the Death Blossom. And a bunch of kills by Marietta. K taking down 3. That'll be 4. That's a team kill. And Marietta is going to hold.
And that right there answered my question. Who is going to be get that more value out of their ult? And it looks like Marietta was the one.
Now, Marietta does hold, but they still have to get the payload over to that third leg. We saw when they were offense that they struggled to even get to the second leg in Kings Row. So Marietta is going to have to do a much better job on offense if they want to be able to get to match point.
Will Marietta be swapping up their strategy? Because it looks like Kentucky Northern trying a few different things, trying to counter that strategy, and it has worked for the most part.
Yeah, and we see the Reinhardt is coming back out for Northern Kentucky. We saw that overall, I think his Ryan play has been very good. We're seeing very similar comps from what Marietta's doing. This time, Cade's going to be on the Genji, though, and Expert will be on Lucio.
And it does look like Kentucky Northern will be bringing out the Mercy to pocket that Ash or that Soldier, I'm assuming. Could lead for some interesting team plays and some good teamwork.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to who is better coordinated among the two teams. Marietta will start making their way. And they do see the Reinhardt. Genji's looking to try to spot anyone early on. It's kind of interesting that they are going to try to buy that space and move the payload while trying to keep the fight ahead. But Expert is going to get taken down by that powered up soldier, as you were talking about. Because Mercy does seem to be pocketing Soldier 76. But Cade is looking to try to make a play on it, but has to fall back. They do get the Mercy down, though, and the Ashe. Reinhardt charges in and takes down Portal Runner.
However, Marietta does have a player advantage in a 4v2.
And Cade gets away just barely. But Reinhardt is looking to contest.
Genji does take down the Ana, and a little bit of a strange res right there, but Ana is able to take down Genji in return.
Yeah, that was an interesting use of the cooldown, but Marietta does get the first checkpoint very quickly. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remain. So we'll see if they can get to this second leg very quickly, because that will give them a huge advantage to finish off to that third leg. We see Cade is just kind of looking at roaming from behind and see if he can find a pick. Gonna bring out the blade. Takes out the Ashe. Looking for the Mercy. And no mercy for Mercy.
No, yeah. I like that one.
And also takes down the Ana. But Sigma does take him down.
Very good use of the Genji blade there. A lot of value out of it. Taking down the Ashe first, then moving on to take out that Mercy. Very big advantage for Marietta right there.
And that may be enough to almost get the point to the second leg. And now we're seeing Zekman brings out the Sigma instead of the Reinhardt. Sombra's going to be coming in looking for the hack. Juggernaut does get taken down. And so does Extra Explorer. Cade on the Genji again. Bob's going to be coming out.
And the Sigma ultimate, but
in the 1-for-1 trade with Portal Runner, but Northern Kentucky will hold. Marietta has 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And just barely at the second leg. The Ashe is looking to try to get an early pick to force the stagger. And Cade is trying to cause some disruption, and he's going to fall back after taking a couple hits.
Marietta does have a big ultimate advantage there, because Kentucky Northern did use like a lot of their ults in that last fight. So Marietta does have like a very good advantage here. So if they just use their ultimates right, they can take this point.
You do see Portal Runners looking to come in, but he's going to get taken down. But Cade gets one, climbs back up, looking to take out the Ana from behind. And the Coalescence from Juggernaut's going to take down the Ashe. And Northern Kentucky is holding. They only used the Coalescence, and Northern Kentucky is going to win this fight. Now, Northern Kentucky did burn all their ults.
However, they do have the advantage of like Marietta having to come to them. So Marietta has to have a good coordinated push here in order to take this point, because what they're doing just hasn't been working.
Yeah. You see the beat's going to be coming out, and here comes the blade for Cade. Already takes down the Ashe. Gets hacked.
Does look like Moira might go down, and she does.
It does get it, and actually gets two. So Sigma and Moira both go down looking for the Ana. And we're going to see Sombra is going to fall. And Cade is looking for more. And Marietta will secure the payload. They got 3 minutes to get to that last checkpoint. And they don't even have to go the full way. They just got to go where that little gold spot is, about less than halfway through.
Not very much longer before Marietta can take this map. Question is, can Kentucky Northern hold? They do have the ult advantage at the moment, with having two ults on over Marietta.
But Cade's going to take down the Ashe already. So Marietta might try to push out the rest of Northern Kentucky. Big tank fight going on here in the middle. And Marietta's going to push them off, and they'll secure their second map.
Those ults that Kentucky Northern had in store did come out. However, it was a little bit too late at that point when they did come out.
And this was that overtime Cade with the huge ultimate.
With a 3K for Cade and a 2K for...
Yes, very well. I kind of transition. Yeah, that's okay. Now we know. But yeah, congratulations. Map 3, take it up to 1. It is map. We're going to push.
I'm very excited.
All right, so how does this work? Playing to most of that.
Robot.
Like a, or except it's escort.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Very... there are no...
We are getting in. So here we go, folks. It is match point for the Pioneers. I have never seen this before. Oh, this is Canada. Okay.
Toronto, yeah. Toronto, Canada.
Speaking of Toronto, after this match, we are playing Toronto Metropolitan University in Rainbow Six.
Oh,
they are,
okay.
they are warm. Our Rainbow Six team is warming up for that, so we will get that to you after this match. So very ironic, very fitting that we are going to be in Toronto for an Overwatch match, and we'll be playing Toronto in about an hour. But all right, we are getting things set. I don't even... Where's that big giant robot? I don't even know where we're going.
It's behind you.
It's
the robot's behind you. It's
I see a hockey person.
It's like underneath the little thing there in the middle. There's the robot.
Oh, okay. Hello. There's the robot.
And they push those little barriers to the other ends of the map.
Okay. These barriers right here. Okay. Ah.
It's just whoever pushes their barrier further.
And in this case, it's unless he's like dead centered, it's not possible to tie on this, is it?
No, unless nobody touches it at all.
Well, that's not going to happen. But all right, now let's see if we notice anything about Marietta's composition. I mean, they're keeping what they did with on Route 66, and we're seeing similar composition for. Oh wait, there's Marietta. We're already seeing quite a bit going on here. Just fighting on top of that robot. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are psyched to see some pushing tug of war or push of war, then I have have something for you. Although Cade does get taken down by the Ana.
And it does look like they're going to be swapping the Sojourn, so it could lead. That could be a very interesting thing because they have done well with Sojourn.
Portal Runner is going to take down one. Going to be teleporting up. But takes a lot of hits. Looking for that flank from behind. Gets him very low. Does finish off the Soldier 76, but falls to the Ash.
But it does look like Marietta has taken this fight and is pushing the robot.
Right. So right now they're just still fighting over by the robot, trying to take down the Sigma shield. We're going to see Cade on the back lines trying to disrupt. Going to fall back. We're just trying to keep everyone get stunned. And here comes the beat because there's the Bob. Using that robot to protect yourself from the Bob is actually a pretty smart move.
Yeah, very smart move indeed. And also that clutch sound barrier out of that Lucio there. A lot of Marietta was very low on health, so that sound barrier did... So Kentucky Northern could still have won that fight. And that sound barrier coming out did save Marietta from immediate death.
And Marietta will continue to push that robot. I mean, the more they push, the more advantage they're going to have. But we do see this is a pretty long match. 7 minutes and about 30 seconds remains in here. So this is one of their longest maps.
Yeah, there are checkpoints where the robot can stop at, like this one that's coming up right here. So
we're going to see Colossus come out, and so does Tactical Advisor for Northern Kentucky. Cade's going to be trying to do quite a bit of damage. Gets away, keeps the distance. Gets one pick. Portal Runner's going to take down one as well. I have to say, I think Portal Runner and Cade have a pretty good rhythm on how they handle DPS. Portal Runner likes to the 1v1s, keeping a distance and looking for the flanks, while Portal Runner likes to do the in-your-face type damage. And I think that's working very well for Marietta's composition.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, especially with that Orisa as the tank, being able to just hold that at sight and push them back as far as they can. Very good combination indeed.
And we're seeing Marietta is pushing, and there comes the Shattered. Does get the Portal Runner down. HEZ is looking to get a play. He's taking a lot of damage. Moira's going to try to keep him up. And Juggernaut gets pushed away, but HTZ unfortunately is just too far out of range. And now Northern Kentucky has possession of the robot. And he runs back fast.
Yeah, when the robot is not pushing anything, he does move a lot faster. So it's a way for the enemy team to, like, who hasn't pushed as far, to, like, kind of bring it back a little bit.
I was about to say, it just seemed like the longer that Marietta was pushing it, the more advantage that they were going to have. But I see how it works now. So now Marietta's going to have to try to clean the robot, and then he'll make a dash over to their site. But okay, I'm figuring this out.
And in order to tie it up, Kentucky Northern has to push the robot as far as Marietta did. As you can see on, like, the little line up at the top there. It shows how far each team has pushed the robot.
Yeah, and we're seeing Cade already taking out 2. So they're going to be able to secure the robot. So he's going to come right back. There he is.
He's a very stylish robot, though.
Yes, he is. So now about 5 minutes remaining. So Marietta gets the robot to the first checkpoint. And if he gets all the way to the end, they win, right?
Yeah. Get it all the way to the end, and that's the map.
So we'll see if Marietta can do that. But right now, they're just putting a commanding lead on pushing the robot. Northern Kentucky's looking to come in. They do have 3 ultimates ready, but Marietta has 4. Cade's going to be popping his ultimate, but Tactical Advisor will be coming out for Northern Kentucky. And unfortunately gets taken out by the Soldier 76.
A very good combo of ultimates right there with the window and the visor. Boosting that visor to get those kills very quickly and very swiftly.
But it is going to give Marietta a chance to regroup, and they're going to be looking to contest their robot. And I see that at least the robot stops while being contested, and they can claim it back, so now he's going to start running over. Robot's just kind of like, do I go this way? Do I go that way?
Yeah, he's an indecisive robot, but a very, very stylish robot indeed.
Yeah, you see Coalescence coming out for Juggernaut. Trying to push the damage. HG leading the way, and his ultimate's ready to go. So Marietta has that, and Death Blossom takes out the Immortality Field. And here comes the Bob. It just seems like Bob is not as effective. They take it down very quick. Did they nerf his health?
Well, since Bob, I believe Bob has less health than a tank now. So it's more like just something, an extra body at this point, just to deal damage.
Yeah, because Bob just felt like a 6th person in Overwatch 1. And Kate's getting very low in health. Portal Runner's going to be coming in. And Northern Kentucky is going to get control of the robot.
And it does look like they do have an ultimate advantage with... Oh, they brought out Zarya. I didn't even realize they brought out Zarya.
Yeah, they swapped over to the Zarya.
Zarya changes.
Okay, let's talk about him.
Her bubbles have changed. Instead of one bubble for herself and one bubble for teammates, she has 2 bubbles, but she can place them anywhere she wants. So she can place 2 bubbles on herself or 2 bubbles on teammates or mix it up.
And Portal Runner with a huge play, taking out 2 and the Immortality Field. So that's going to give them possession of the robot again.
And while I was talking about Zarya, it did look like Marietta just rolled through them in a fight.
Now, Zarya does have her own line. Is it still that Graviton Brawl that just groups up everyone?
It is still the Graviton Surge.
Okay.
Zarya's ultimate did not change.
Now, Northern Kentucky is going to be looking to contest onto the bottom. There's that Graviton Surge we were just asking about. And there's the window. Extra Explorer gets taken down. So does Juggernaut. And Marietta's going to have to fall back.
And a 3K by Slippy there on the Ash. And a 2K by Misplay.
But I will say this, even though Northern Kentucky got the kill, I mean, it's taken a while for the robot to come back. And it's whoever pushed the farthest, right? It's not really depending on where the robot is.
It's just whoever pushes the farthest,
So
yes.
Marietta has a huge lead, a minute 40 remaining. So if they can just hold Northern Kentucky, then they, right now it's their game to lose.
Yep.
But we do see Northern Kentucky is trying to put up a fight. Coalescence is ready, and Marietta will secure the robot again. Trying to get some damage onto the Ash. And they will take her out. And they're going to keep moving the robot over. 1 minute remaining, so right now Marietta is very favored to win this. So can they hold out?
One pick by for Marietta on the Baptiste. It does give them an opportunity to push up, but Bob does come out and melts it immediately.
Yeah, and already taken out run. Porter Runner is going to fall though. Kate's going to take down the Lucio, looking at the Soldier 76 and the Immortality Field. And Marietta's on fire. 23 seconds remain, and they're going to continue pushing the bot, I think. Well, no, they're still contesting the bot, but right now, unless something very catastrophic happens, I think Marietta's going to close out this series.
The Soundberry does go out for Marietta. However, it doesn't look like... It looks like Kentucky Northern is going to secure this fight.
So the bot is going over. So this is could be a final fight. Marietta only has 1 ultimate. Northern Kentucky has 3. But if so is it like if just Marietta controls the robot, that's it?
That's it. All Marietta has to do at this point to win this series is to win 1 fight.
So
and they are on defense, which they have been excelling at in this series.
So can they close this out? This could be the final fight, folks. Window's going to be coming out. Ultimate for HEC is coming out. Immortality Field is going to come down. We're seeing 2 for 3 falling. It's a 2 for 2. And Marietta is going to try to take down the Lucio. It's all that's left for Northern Kentucky. Takes them out the Lucio. But there's still someone else. The Sombra.
Sombra does teleport away, and that's it for Kentucky Northern. Marietta is going to take this win.
There you have it. And with that, the Pioneers in their first Overwatch 2 match will take it. What do you even call that score? 1-0, I guess? That's what I want to say because of a checkpoint.
Yeah, I believe it is 1-0.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Just because of the checkpoints. Marietta got 1 checkpoint.
Yeah. That sounds about right. But alright, folks, so congratulations to... I was about to hit the wrong button. Congratulations to the Overwatch 2 team for taking down Northern Kentucky 3-1. That was it's not just Overwatch. It's just
better.
refreshing. Just very a lot. And we're gonna so we're gonna take a we're gonna right. First of all, they've been like the team they're watching, but everyone who is also watching. That's all right. So that's gonna be it now. We one more match. Today, but because judging we're all break. Yes, there was a give the chance second. So that said, for one HyperX game X for the victory. All the latest updates. All those we descriptions.